What's happening, guys? It's Gothalion, and we're starting a brand new Let's Play series today. I've had a lot of requests for this because I always do OP+8 and True Vault Hunter mode Let's Plays and Ultimate Vault Hunter mode Let's Plays, so a lot of people want me to start from scratch and start a new character and just kind of like grow up with it, like just a standard Let's Play. This isn't max gear. So I'm going to go with the character that I think I'm most comfortable with, and that's going to be Zero. I'm going to keep him in his normal attire. We're going to call him, let's see here, what should we call you, Zero? We will call you Zero Fresh. Zero Fresh. And Funky. Ah, and FU. Bummer. Zero Fresh. You know, we'll just call him Fresh and Funky. He doesn't need to have Zero in his name. Fresh and Funky. Perfect. Alright, we're going to keep him with the standard Zero sneaking suit. Because why the fuck not? Actually, no, let's make him a Skellyman. Zero, Fresh, and Funky is going to be a Skellymans. Skellyman, dim bones. And, of course, we're going to go with the head from the second DLC. Because it is the Skellyman head that goes best with the Skellyman body. So this is it. We're going to start a new Let's Play with Fresh and Funky. And it's going to be great. So let's just do this. Now, a lot of people don't realize that my first character wasn't Zero, it was Salvador, because I originally played a Berserker in Borderlands 1, and I kind of felt like, oh, well, the Gunzerker will be the natural progression of the Berserker, and I was kind of wrong about that. I beat the entire game with the Gunzerker, and I honestly did not like it. That much. I didn't really enjoy the mechanics of the Gunzerker. Kind of felt like the action skill left me wanting for more, like just more depth. Especially since I didn't really use berserking that much in Borderlands 1. So when I came into Borderlands 2, I thought, well, I think I'm really gonna pick a character based on action skill and based on Borderlands 1. So the Gunzerker felt right from before I came into the game, but then I got in the game and I finished it and yada yada yada, repeating myself, and it didn't appeal to me, and I did not like it. And I was worried that I wasn't really gonna like Borderlands 2 because the progression of my favorite character from Borderlands 1 ended up not being all that great. And before you guys ask, like, why didn't you go with the melee character? Because Brick was a melee character. I didn't play melee Brick. I played Blastmaster Brick, and it's often misunderstood about how strong Brick is. Blastmaster Brick mathematically has the highest damage output in Borderlands 1 over the Siren and even over the what is it? The soldier, but with what comm does he use? The heavy gunner comm can make him do outstanding damage per second, and also over the gunslinger Mordecai. The Blastmaster Brick is really just a powerhouse of hurt, and the strongest character in Borderlands 1. There's no arguing about it. Everybody has their favorite, but numbers don't lie. And on kill damage per second, the Berserker Brick just annihilates everybody with an Ogre and a Blastmaster comm. So that's why I chose the Gunzerker, because I thought he was just going to be like a throughput machine, which he is, but I just didn't enjoy it. And I started messing around with the Assassin one day, and I really enjoyed the gameplay loops of the melee Zero. It just felt right. It's fluid. Going into Deception feels stylish and cool, and I enjoyed it. So I started messing around with that and leveled up my Zero really quickly. I think I completed the game in a couple days, and back then that was like I got 1 to 50 in a couple days, so it was relatively quick.
Once upon a time.
Let me get my pistol. Well, let me see what freaking snipers I have. Hopefully I have a good snipers. What do I got? If not, no. Hyper barrel? No, I'm not gonna use that. You can go to hell. I'll stick with these two. The worst SMG with like, it's like, okay, no. I love how they're more accurate, but then they like are fucking recoil factories as soon as you start firing them.
Apart from the excruciating pain, this is great! I've been waiting for a mighty Vault Hunter to help me reach Sanctuary. I
So I get a lot of questions about how do you level up a melee zero, and like what are you really looking for as you go along. And endgame melee zero is pretty different from leveling up, obviously. But during this Let's Play, you'll see the paths that I take and the reasoning for the gear I get. There's going to be a lot of side questing because I don't particularly like being underleveled. I'm not going for a hardcore Let's Play here. I'm just looking to have fun and really show you guys how I grew up as a melee zero. Of course, things are going to be a bit different from the first time I did it because I know quite a bit more about melee zero now, but it's still going to be a good time. So we'll do it. We'll do this shit. I am going to play with my badass rank on because I worked really hard to get my prestiges. I have 11 prestiges on my melee zero. I should be getting my 12th soon. I've been saying that for like a month, but I've just been so lazy at fucking prestiging him because I have so much else to do in junk.
Stick close to the robot. He will help you get off this glacier and into the city of Sanctuary. That is the only place you will be safe.
I really wish Gearbox had put in a legitimate horde mode in Borderlands 2, like the Underdome, but like the Underdome, but with actual rewards to it, not garbage. Like, hey, here's some weapons. They're terrible. We wish you the best of luck. But no, like listen, you got to round 20. Here is a guaranteed box of legendaries for your journey, for your 2-hour journey through this horde mode. Here is some shit. Because that was like the downfall of the Moxie DLC. It was a lot of fun combat-wise, and the arenas were well made, but the payout for it was just poop. It was not on par with what it should have been, and it deterred a lot of people from replaying the Underdome. And I really enjoyed the Underdome because it had a kill counter, and I feel like that's something Gearbox needs to think about for Borderlands 3, is like, what if we went into the menu and we went over, there's like a multiplayer tab, and you go over to the multiplayer tab and it tells you the people in your group, it tells you like their spec, their comm, HP, all that, and then under that it says kills per session, and kills per session can be reset. And that way you can be like, alright, well, fucking Baru, you and I are getting together today, and we're going to duke it out. We're going to see who can go into Area X and come out with the most kills. So let's do this shit. And I feel like it would be a lot of fun for groups of friends to hop into Borderlands and really have like a fun, competitive, but at the same time just playing with my buddies kind of thing. Because you can be competitive and it can be a kill counter contest. And you don't have to feel like sometimes player versus player can get kind of like you're gonna piss your friends off, you know, if you're just like shitting all over them. But if it's like, oh, let's see who can get the most kills, then you're working together and you're working against each other at the same time. And I feel like a kill counter would be a feature that would not take that much effort to implement, but would add like another mode of replayability to Borderlands, because the Underdome had it, and me and my friends used it. We did tournaments on who could get the most kills, and it was a lot of fun. But unfortunately, the Underdome wasn't as popular as it should have been because of the shitty rewards you got at the end. You know, so it was kind of like too little too late for us coming up with those little tournaments.
I see a tough-looking minion and an incredibly handsome robot, which means that whoever has my eye is very close.
Drop something cool. I want it. Knuckle Dragger. Use the Knuckle Dragger. AR. Alright. I don't know. I feel like there's quite a few missed opportunities for really cool shit in Borderlands that I wish Gearbox had taken advantage of. But you know, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do here, other than bitch about it in a video a year and a couple months after release? What else can I do other than that? You tell me. But back on the kill counter, how do you guys feel that would work out? Like, is that an option you would actually pay attention to? Do you think Gearbox should take the probably week it would take to program that in? Because they can track our kills. They track our kills on Twitch, not Twitch, Shift. They've tracked everything we've done on Twitch, so why can't they display these stats in-game? Like, this is supposed to be an RPG first-person shooter, yet they don't really, like, grasp what RPG players are all about. They get the FPS portion of it. They have the gameplay loops. They still need to balance difficulty, but the first-person shooter aspect of the game, they've really honed, and it feels nice, and the action skills feel right. But the RPG portion of the game, I don't feel like they've really hit the nail on the head yet, because as RPG players, we love stats. What do we have to pour over here? We have some gun stats to pour over and some skill trees, and that's cool. And there's leveling, and there's all of that, and then there's like class balance. But there's so much more they could give us, like in a stat page. Like, why don't we have, this is how many kills you have gotten lifetime. Like, how is that not a thing? How come I can't see how many bullets I have shot lifetime? Like, these are arbitrary little stats, but we love these stats. Why can't we have these stats? We want them. Only one shot. I don't know. You guys let me know. The RPG guys out there who love Borderlands, and I know that you are out there, tell me how you feel. Like, what would you like to see as an RPG enthusiast? I love action RPGs. I love stats. I love MMORPGs. I played them for a long time, and I don't really anymore, but I long that immersion in statistics. I love first-person shooters as well, and I feel like that part of me is satisfied. But the RPGist in me is not satisfied with Borderlands, and there's a lot that they had in Borderlands 1 that they got rid of in Borderlands 2, and I think it could come back and be just remade. I know that there's things in consoles as far as memory that probably stop you from being able to track stats, but in the next gen, when they make Borderlands 3, we need a stat page. And you guys should really go to the forums and tweet Randy Pitchford and say, Randy, we deserve a stat page. You can track it on Shift. Why can't you track it in my game? Why can't I have a tab next to my challenges list, or even on the same page? Like, it could be a third tab right here. Like, why can't I go over one more with my stick and choose a stat page? I could go on for hours about a stat page. Maybe I will. Gotcha. It's so nice going through normal mode with you guys, because I can just chat and not... normal mode does get a little rough when you're underleveled, but for the most part, it's just fun, and that's something that a lot of these videos really I feel miss on, is I do a lot of really hardcore content, and I'm focusing so much on the mechanics that sometimes I forget, and a lot of gamers just forget that Borderlands is just a lot of fun, especially with Buds. That guy's just resting. It's taking a nap. Don't worry about me. I'll be fine. He's dead. Love that sword. I wish you could change the default melee animation to always be the default melee animation. Like, I don't like poking with the rapier. Like, I have a Digistruct sword, and I can't use it, like, all the time. Like, what's the point? Oh, well. Physics! I'm gonna jump through this. Did I break it? I didn't break it. Did I break it? I didn't. Yeah, I broke it. Cool. Success! I win, Banners! You are the worst. I am number one. Banners. Bruce Banners.
Apologies, but when Claptrap speaks, I feel my brain cells committing suicide one by one. I shall be out directly.
Go. Come on.
A pleasure to meet you, Vault Hunter. I am Sir Hammerlock. At your service. I came out here to research the bully molds for my almanac, but Captain Flint's men trapped me on this glacier.
Glacier. I say it every time. Every new Let's Play, every time he says Glacier, I go, Glacier. It dropped me on this glacier. I do terrible accents. Terrible.
I hear the Crimson Raiders there are using it like you. Now, if you could hand me the robot's eye, please.
Ugh. Don't ever do that again. Helmet data recording.
Do it!
I am alive!
Oh dear, he's talking again.
Oh dear.
Minion! Now I've got my eyesight back! And you're far uglier than I remembered! Time to join up with the Crimson Raiders in Sanctuary! This glacier's full of nothing but murderers or jerkbags, like that Hammerlock dude!
I'm standing right here.
Dude.
Now that Liarsburg is cleared, I might as well turn on the main power. This town's full of things that may be of use to a go-getting slayer of men like yourself.
Minion, roll out!
I love starting new games.
I see our fearless leader Jack.
Makes you appreciate the game all over again. You know, like we go into Ultimate Vault Hunter mode and it's just... It is just a festival of fuck. Like, it is really, really unbalanced. And, like, I'm a pretty hardcore Borderlands player, if you can call it that. I like a challenge. But there is a difference between challenging and bad mechanics. Challenging for the wrong reasons. And Ultimate Vault Hunter mode, especially anything OP, is difficult for the wrong reasons. It's difficult because everything pushes you into Healthgate. And I don't feel like that's how the game should be. Like, if you go back and you play Borderlands 1, like, you realize, holy shit, at endgame, shields work. Shields serve a purpose, and they keep you alive. Like, you take, like, a solid 10 plus shots in your shield before your health is even touched, before you are even vulnerable to even be in danger. And I feel like that was a really bad design choice in Borderlands 2, because if you, like, most enemies will instantly hit you to 1 health in an instant. You run into any combat scenario and you are automatically put at Healthgate, so you are forced to heal. So basically Ultimate Vault Hunter mode is either don't get hit at all, and with unnatural accuracy from enemies, that's harder than it sounds, don't get hit at all, or always hug your Moxie weapons. Like, it feels like Ultimate Vault Hunter mode is designed around the Grog Nozzle or the Ruby. And the Grog Nozzle isn't even intended to be kept. So it's not intended to be kept throughout the game, because it's a quest item. Like, I feel like you're supposed to turn in that quest, but we're sort of backed into a corner in Ultimate Vault Hunter mode where we can't do it, like, without a Moxie weapon or certain other gears. Like, how hard is the game without your where was I going with that? Without, like, a B or a really high roid shield? Like, have you actually taken weapons and simply slagged an enemy? Like, okay, perfect example. Logan's gun got upgraded the other day. Baru and I took it to kill the Treants, which are weak to fire, and we slagged them. And without the B, the Treant would take like a solid 40 seconds to kill. And in that time, you would be pushed to Healthgate several times. And if you didn't heal, you would be dead times over against these Treants, using what is a legendary weapon. So it just feels like really bad balancing. And I hope that Gearbox pays attention to the feedback, because this can't, like, why would this possibly be the vision that they have for Borderlands? Like, this game loop of damage, heal, it becomes this stressful metagame that really, I don't see it as being enjoyable for the masses. I don't understand how people would really go into this and, like, super enjoy it. Like, what do you guys think? Do you like the gameplay loops at OP+8? I like it to a degree, because it's really challenging, and I have to focus. Like, almost 100% of the time, I have to focus on, especially when I'm playing Melee Zero. When I'm playing Hellborn Krieg, like, not a single shit is given, and I just walk around with my eyes closed and things melt until I get to something that resists fire. I don't know. But But as far as everything else goes, like, I don't know. I mean, you really gotta focus in Ultimate, and you especially have to focus in the OP levels. Otherwise, you're dead. And I don't see how that's fun for the common gamer, and I really hope that Gearbox gets it right for the next game. And, you know, I might be harping on Borderlands, but it still is my favorite game of all time. So I'm not bashing on the game itself. I just feel like there are improvements that could be made, like I said, easily from the RPG side of things. Like there are changes that should be made and really need to be made for Borderlands 3. And we know Borderlands 3 is happening. This is going to be a thing. Anybody who thinks that Gearbox isn't going to make Borderlands 3 is absolutely, you are drunk, go home. They're making Borderlands 3. They might be all coy and shit right now saying that they're not working on Borderlands 3, but they're fucking working on Borderlands 3. They've probably been working on Borderlands 3 since the second Tiny Tina's DLC was finished, if not before that, because they are a large company, and I've been paying attention to their Twitter and to their website, and they have been hiring in troves. They are a growing company. They're buying new IPs. Gearbox is becoming like the next Infinity Ward. Maybe not to that degree because they don't have COD under them, but they are going to be a much larger company with a lot more resources, and they'll be able to pump out Borderlands 3, I think, quicker than they did Borderlands 2. I think we'll see Borderlands 3 for the first time. I think we'll see it at PAX in 2014. I think we'll see it at PAX Prime. Maybe not Australia, probably Prime in Seattle. So I want you guys to quote me on that. So if next year we don't see Borderlands at PAX, then you can be like, Goth, you lied to us, you owe us a Coke. And I'll be like, sorry, I don't feel like it'll keep well sending it through the mail, and then everybody will be mad at me. So, I don't know, maybe we shouldn't do this. I like this spinny gun. I usually don't like spinny guns, but this thing is pretty potent. I'm Def's getting the shotgun now.
I love that stuff. It's soft, warm, and really good at absorbing robot tears.
Robot tears.
So, Hammerlock wants to give you a sniper rifle. I laugh at his offer. Ha! If you bring me a fur,
Get him! Yeah!
shotgun I found in the hands of the big vault hunter. It's really fresh. You can still smell the
Did I get 4? I think I got 4. I'm gonna kill him for good measure. Yeah, I think I got 4. This one will be extra for me. Oh no, that's my 4th. Cool. Yay. I really like this spinning gun.
I'll give you a shotgun.
What? My first shield from Tedior. Never seen one named that. What was the recharge timer on that sumbitch? Oh, recharge rate 25, delay is 213. Eh. Try harder, Tediors. So we've talked a lot this episode about, like, the direction that I wish Borderlands would go in, and things that I think are missing from Borderlands. And I really want to see your comments, guys. I like communicating with my subscribers. I don't know if any of you know this. Oh, totally forgot the fuse. I don't know if any of you know this, but recently I started a Facebook, and I also have a Twitter and have for a while. But I recently started a Facebook, and I feel like it's really important for me as a growing channel to stay communicative with my subscribers, and I talk directly to a lot of them. I pay attention to their Twitters and comment on their Twitters and Facebook posts, and I feel like it's very important, since we are a community, that I remain social with you guys. So if you want to get in touch with me, you can. You can go on Facebook, you can message me, you can tweet me, and usually I'll respond. If I get too many, then I might not have time to respond, or I might not just be at my computer, so don't get mad if I don't immediately message you back. That's a big pet peeve of mine. But I read every message I get. It's always very important to me that I read every message, because you guys took the time to read them, so I'm going to take the time, or you guys took the time to write them, so I'm going to take the time to read them. So it's very important to me that I do that, and I will always try to continue doing that unless I'm out of town or something, or there's family, because family always comes first before everything. But if you guys take the time to write me something, I'm gonna read it, and I'm gonna do my damnedest to respond to you. And I want to hear from you guys. I enjoy it. I like interacting with my my subscribers, and I've even, like, a few subscribers have even, like, made me artwork, and it's been awesome. So there's that. So yeah, guys, you should really go follow me on Facebook and Twitter, and send me a message. I want to hear what you have to say. Like, what are you feeling about Borderlands? How do you feel about this whole universe Gearbox has created? Do you like the direction it's going in? We do a lot of these, like, ooh, that had a really slow recharge time. Not worth it. We've done a lot of these sort of, like, Q&A sessions where we, you know, poll you guys, or we say, hey, this is a community call to arms. Go talk to Gearbox. We've done that. I want you guys to tell me directly. I want you to message me, because then I'll take that feedback and I put it all together, and I try to, you know, sort of wrap it up in a nice, neat package, and then I'll present it from my own point of view based on the input you guys are giving me. And I feel like that is a really important part of what I'm doing here, is staying in touch with the subscribers. And, you know, like, I'm not making a ton of money off of YouTube just yet, but, you know, I give back whenever I can, and I do giveaways and all that, and that's fun. But that shouldn't be the only reason people are here. Like, I feel like people should be here because they're subscribed to me and not to Borderlands specifically, although you guys are here for the Borderlands content. But there's a lot more coming. You know, Borderlands 2 is eventually going to stop having content for me to do, and I'll do nostalgia stuff like I do for Borderlands 1. But hopefully by the time that happens, Borderlands 3 will be out.
What happened to your freaking face?
So yeah, hit me up on Facebook, guys. I want to hear from you. I really do. I'm not just saying that. I want to ignore yous. Unless you're super annoying, then I'll ignore the fuck out of you. But as long as you're not annoying as shit, then I won't. And it'll be great.
My husband gave me a skag pearl ring. The pearl released hunger-inducing pheromones.
Oh, you know what? I am so sorry. I just, forgive me. Where's your husband now?
He's dead.
He's dead.
That is a heartbreaker. But you got something in common with him now, at least.
Okay, last one.
Oh, holy crap! Did you see your head?
I don't want to listen to this, so I can do this thing.
It's like,
Oh, I can't cancel it with that thing? That sucks. I don't know how these work. Baru does that shit all the time. Like, cancels dialogue.
understood. Handsome Jack.
Yep. Here, I want your
I
shotgun.
had a gentleman's agreement in the past. I give him the loot from the bodies Jack ditches in the glacier. He
Nice.
promises not to torture me for hours at a time. Then he does it anyway. But that ends today. We're gonna take him and...
Would you like to do battle with a
Cool, guys. So I think that'll, I'm gonna let them finish their dialogue.
My first mate, Boom Boom, is gonna kill ya. Jack's gonna pay us, and I'm gonna play hopscotch in your chest cavity.
Alright. So guys, that'll do it for the first episode of this fresh Let's Play. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. I will have a quick look available for those who don't have time or just want to get a brief overview again of what the episode was all about. And as always, again, don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Facebook and Twitter so we can chat. I want to chat with you. And I will see you guys later in my Let's Play. 'Cause we buds!